he's left because now it's a new company, and his partner, Vince McMahon, is no longer in charge, and maybe he just doesn't feel that the new company will be letting him be the key guy anymore. Maybe he has to answer to somebody, and he never really had to answer to anybody except Vince. And after a while, Vince just trusted him.
Let me tell you, it seems like since our last show, there hasn't been a day where news just didn't happen. It's just one thing after another. One of the big news pieces I saw just in the last few days was Kevin Dunn from WWE, and that
he's
his
done.
exit company. Yeah, Dunn is done. Has that shocked you, Bill?
No.
Me either.
And
I'll tell you, go ahead.
It shocked me the moment I heard it for a second, but then I realized that when I heard, with the merger, that they have, a lot of their own team over on the UFC side, and the amount of money that Kevin Dunn, who was fabulous, by the way, with what he did, it was his stamp on all the shows, on everything. But when I figured the amount of money that they might be paying him, it might be, they're cutting down on costs. That was one of the big things that was mentioned. And he's probably a victim of
That's a shame, because I'll be honest with you, and Teddy, you can probably say yes or no to this. Well, you will. But when it comes to somebody in Kevin Dunn's position, somebody from outside the profession of professional wrestling is going to have a hard time shooting professional wrestling if all they're used to is shooting, a shoot fight. It's a whole different animal. And I would think that hopefully they got somebody there with the wrestling background and not just UFC, a producer from the UFC, because I think that could become a problem. Yeah, Teddy, no?
Well, my thing is this. Kevin Dunn is a professional. This man's a genius. I don't, whether they brought him into the AMA to shoot a UFC fight or whatever, I think Kevin Dunn could do that. I don't think he would have any problem whatsoever. This man has done this all his life, so it's not hard for him to adapt. And like I said, he's already into the 20th century because they started doing stuff, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? So I think Kevin would have been okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe it might have been another decision.
I agree with you on that, Teddy. I think that Kevin could have gone into the UFC world and done well there. I don't think, though, and what I'm trying to say is I don't think a non-wrestling producer can come over from UFC and immediately take Kevin's job, because...
Oh, no, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the people that Kevin trained remember, he quit.
Yes.
There might have been rumors around that they were going to let him go because of budget concerns, but he's been there, from the beginning. He was Vince's. Right. When you talk about Vince McMahon's real right-hand man, if we really strip this down, it's a TV show that he was in charge in many TV shows, and again, it was his stamp. So he's left because now it's a new company. And his partner, Vince McMahon, is no longer in charge. And maybe he just doesn't feel that the new company will be letting him be the key guy anymore. Maybe he has to answer to somebody. And he never really had to answer to anybody except Vince. And after a while, Vince just trusted him enough. Yeah.
Teddy, did you have any stories working with Kevin over the years?
Well, the amazing thing with me and Kevin Dunn is, they always told me, how strict he was, you know what I mean? He didn't play around, he was very serious. But I was a guy that Kevin Dunn joked with. I remember one time we were doing rehearsals, and he played my music as I come out to do the music, so I was doing my dance. So I'm waiting on him to cut the music so I could start my promo. He never cuts the music. So I just keep right on there. Then I finally realized it, you know what I mean? So I start calling him DJ Kevin D. So,
like that.
But yeah, and I spoke to him the last time I was there, and Kevin always stopped and gave me time. So man, God bless him. And Kevin's gonna be all right, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I'm sure. I would think
Great.
by now Kevin probably could retire very comfortably right now if he chose to,
Sure.
because he was one of the top guys I would consider inside WWE and the growth that it went through. And there's also something else I noticed. Bill, you may know about this, because I know neither one of you watch AEW, but one of their guys.
Oh, I do. I watch AEW every religious.
Okay, great.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
One of the guys that used to train under Kevin Dunn went to AEW and was working there. I thought it was kind of strange that I can't remember the guy's name, and I wish I could. And Bill, if you remember, just throw it in there.
No,
But
I don't.
but if he quit, he himself quit AEW just recently. He was one of the ones that left. I'm wondering if that guy was being groomed by Kevin Dunn originally before he went to AEW. Does he go back to WWE and assume a position where Kevin Dunn was grooming for in the first place?
Possibly. There's also a lot of other people, a lot of other producers that worked under Kevin that probably will be able to slip into his shoes, but not do the same job that he did. I noticed when I watched Monday Night Raw recently that there are a lot more video packages than there had been in the past. Very well produced. So maybe the new company is looking for a new signature in the production end there as well.